Okay, so I originally built this box because we were gonna have meat chickens, and we decided now that we're gonna have quail, but we are storing our 10 black copper marans in here until we can transition them into the coop. So with our quail tractor, I'm basically gonna take the same design but make it smaller, probably 4 or 5 inches shorter, because I've heard that if it's too tall, the quail will jump up when they get scared and end up snapping their necks. So I'm probably gonna make it 20 inches tall. I'm gonna make it the same width, but I'm probably, well, not probably, I am. I'm gonna take this metal and go all the way across. I'm gonna keep this top the same and this front. But with the metal, just to keep it more secure, I'm gonna go all the way across with the metal and test that out, and eventually we'll put some wheels on and everything. But I'm gonna make this same box for the quail, and yeah, we'll get started. So to start building the frame on this quail tractor, quail box, whatever you wanna call it, I got 2x4x8s. Most of the time, these could either be a 1/2 inch longer to 1 inch longer, so I'll make sure all these are squared up at the ends and they're all 96 inches. So when I put everything together, it's all square. Because if you just go through and decide, hey, I'm gonna go get 8-footers, put them up, some will be 97.5, some will be 98, some will be a little less than 96. So you just want to make sure they're all the same size, but pretty much all these are 96 or 97. So I'm just gonna make them all 96, and we'll go from there. Okay, so all we're going to be doing here, for my verticals, these will go on both ends and then in the middle of the 8-footers. So with these, if you have a Craig jig, this just makes your life a lot easier for this process. I'm going to take this out, and what I'll do is I'll put 2 pocket holes on each side. So then when I start putting these frames together to build the box, I'm just going to screw these in. Just makes it a heck of a lot easier. So if you've never used one of these, super easy. You can buy one of these kits anywhere. I got this at Menards. Basically, what you're doing is put this on, put your clamp on. It comes with a bit. Put your bit in your chuck. Tighten your chuck, and it doesn't really matter how you hold these. You can hold it up like this, you can hold it off the table, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to go anywhere with the clamp. Just start drilling, pull out, clean it out, go back and forth. Loosen the clamp, flip to the other side. Put your clamp back on, tighten down, repeat the process. And something that's a little easier, when you get going, start drilling and then pull out to clean out. So when you're going, you're not just forcing your bit in there. It starts to clean out the wood for you when you pull out. Makes things easier. All right, we have 12 of these to do, 11 more. I'll put a time lapse back on, but this is what it'll look like. Like I said, they'll just be screwing into your 8-footers like this. And just for reference, if you decide to go with the Craig jig route, my depth if you can see that. It's been set at 1.5 on these. I just seem to get the best bite when I'm drilling this in, or I guess screwing it into the horizontal boards. So if you do this route, I would just keep it at that depth. Okay, so we're going to put our vertical boards at the ends. And then basically for the center, we know this is 96 inches. So we're going to go back to that grade school math class that you love so much and do 96 divided by 2 to find our center, which is 48. And I'm just going to put this in the center of that line. Get your screws out. I'm using 2.5-inch deck screws, G25 bit. With these, I'd recommend putting an extension on them, because when you start to screw this down, your head will stop right here and you can't go any further in. So get you an extension like this. Line these up. Screw them down. And then you can just go all the way down and screw them in. For some reason, I like to put the ends first, then come back to the middle. It's just preference. Obviously, if you work on a flat surface, it makes this a lot easier. wind down, we'll build 3 more of these and then we'll create our box. So this will be the back of the Quail tractor. I have my lovely 41 week pregnant wife here to help me out. And she's gonna hold this piece up right here. This is the side. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna take 3-inch screws. Just square this up. And just to start out with, I'm just going to put 3 in it, and then I'm going to go to the other side and screw that in. Excuse me. Side and repeat that. Okay, so I will go back through and put more screws in. I'm intentionally leaving the front off because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the welded wire on first and then screw it on, because I'm going to wrap the inside of this with metal on all 3 sides. Okay, so I have my 1/2-inch welded wire. So what I'm going to have to do here, I'm going to have to end up cutting this off because this is actually 2 feet and I only have 20 inches of space here. But I'm going to roll this out. Kind of get lined up so I stay on course. Then what I'm using, because I just find it easier, I have a staple gun. So instead of hammering all these fence staples in, just use this. This goes a lot faster. Try to keep it tight as you go down. Okay, so as you can see, just keep going down to the stables. Then when you get down to here to the end, you'll have to use some shears to cut this off and trim it off at the end. But that will go on the front here. So that will be your front. I'll end up putting another top on, kind of like this one. So with this, I can lift up, it's on hinges, go back down. So that'll pretty much be identical, just a shorter version of it. So I went ahead and just put more screws in, and I put the front on. So this is the front. On the sides will be all metal, and you will actually screw that in from the inside. So on this, I will show you how I cut this because it's actually too long. If you only have a wood blade with your skill saw, you can actually flip this around instead of using a metal blade, and it works perfect. So I will show you what we do next. Okay, so we're about ready to put the metal on. I already went ahead and measured this out. Best to use a skill saw for this. If you do not have a metal blade, you can just flip this wooden blade around and save your trip to hardware store. Works perfect. So I'll show you what we're doing here. Side's done and this side's done. I'll take a measurement for this back side, and when we get ready to put these in, we'll use a 1/4 inch nut driver with 1 inch pull bar on the screws, and we will just basically each end I'll probably put 4 screws in, 4 in the middle, 4 down there, and then I'll just repeat the process all the way around. This back half is going to be the roof. So all of the metal, I'll have 3 sheets of this 8-foot. I think that's 20, about 20, yeah, it's 20 inches. So I'll have 3 sheets of that. I'm just gonna put some supports in here. So I'll probably put, I'm gonna put 2 to start with. I may need 3 because we're gonna stop right here, and the other half of it will be just like this, the top. So I'm gonna go ahead, put these supports on, and then we will get ahead going on the roof. And yeah, stay tuned. All 3 roof supports are now in, so we can go ahead and start putting the metal on. Like I said before, there will be 3 sheets, and they will just all connect together up through here. So I'll show you how to put these on. These sheets, I'm just gonna line up the back first. Yeah, what you did? Line up the back first. Then on the next sheet, there's actually a tab here where you can lock these sheets together. Those are locked. And I'll just keep going down. I'll lock the next sheet in, and then I'll start screwing them in, and then we'll mess with the front after that. So far, we have all the sides on, the welded wire fronts on. I'm about ready to put this 2x4 in. This will be for the hinges. So the hinges will be on here, there'll be a little bit of a gap, and then I will build basically my door. It's gonna be welded wire up top, and that'll be built out of 2x2s. So we'll get started on that, and stay tuned. Okay, so I'm gonna get this frame laid out. This will be the door that will open. The welded wire will go on top of this. So I'll lay this out and start building it for you. Okay, so after I put those in, I'm just going to throw some of these cross supports in, just to help keep it sturdy when obviously lifting it up and down all the time. They don't have to be perfect. I just kind of eyeballed them and measured them out and threw them in there. So, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just make sure you put those in to help support your door. Okay, so I got through these hinges. They're 3-inch hinges. One will go on the end, the other end, and then in the middle. So we will screw these on to our 2x4 that we had in place, and then this end will be screwed into your door. So I'll start putting those on, and then I'll kind of show you where we go from there. Okay, so now that the door's on, you can see it works really well. I'm gonna take the welded wire and I'm gonna go over the top of this. I do have some handles I will put there, and I do have some metal angle that I will probably cover this with. Obviously that's optional, I just have it laying around. So I will cover this just because I don't want that exposed in case water does ever seep in there. Keep that totally dry. So okay, so I finished up with the Quail tractor. I went ahead and went with double welded wire. I ran out of my small stuff, so I just went back over with some 4-foot welded wire. I put some handles on it just so you can pull it. This is very heavy duty, but it's gonna last you, a lifetime. You may have some wood rot out, but the frame itself is gonna last forever. You may have to pull this with, 4-wheeler, tractor, whatever you got. I'm probably gonna put some wheels on it, but I just move this 8 feet a day, so that's all I have to do. It's not too bad for me to pull, but it may be different for you. But you can also build this out of one buys. You don't have to do as much metal as I did. You can just do welded wire on these sides, kind of like I did over here on the chicken tractor. So it's totally up to you on, you know, what you want to do. I just made my Quail one heavy duty, so I don't have any predators get in there at all. But I will probably in the future put some wheels on the back. But yeah, this is the finished product. I went ahead and went with the angle on the side, and it looks pretty good. Yeah, you like it? Yeah. Does it look good? Everybody, I appreciate you watching my video on my Quail tractor. If this helped you in any way, like, comment, subscribe, maybe share it to your friends. Send a comment down below. Let us know what you need help with, and maybe I can reach out to you. I want to create this channel just to help either a homesteader, somebody that's just wanting to do some, you know, DIY stuff. I don't want this to be complicated for anyone. I just want people to watch this, maybe get some enjoyment out of it, and know that anybody can do this. It's not hard. You can have some basic tools, put your mind to whatever you're doing, and you can get it done. A big reason why we're doing the Quail, our family wants a sustainable meat source, and I think for right now, and you know, the situation we're in, this will do it for us. We can get eggs from it, we can have meat, we can keep them longer than what we could meat chickens if we're not ready to process them. The meat's not going to go bad like it would meat chickens. It's not going to get tough and gristly. I appreciate everybody watching this video, and this has been Vance with Homestead. I thank you. God bless.